Hi, welcome back. It's Jonathan Royle here again with lesson 6 of your stage and street hypnosis. Hints, tips and insights. Bit of a grounding. Obviously there's way more to it than this. Anyway, watch all the videos again. It starts to make more sense as you piece them all together. Last time we ended up talking about the major post-hypnotic suggestion and deepening the trance. Just to briefly recap, deepening the trance can be anything you want it to be. You could tell them that in a few moments' time you'll tap them on the forehead. It won't bother them, worry or concern them, but the very moment you do, they'll just sink 100 times deeper, more relaxing and enjoyable for them, and then tap them on the head. You can tell them that in a few moments' time when I lift your arm up in the air, always warn them before you're going to touch them, so it's not a shock. When I lift your arm in the air, it won't bother you, worry you or concern you in any way. In fact, it's merely a sign and a signal that the moment I drop it into your lap, you just drift down, sink down 100 times deeper. And when you drop the hand into the lap, you can go each and every muscle in your body from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers, becoming so limp, so loose, so relaxed, so heavy and so tired. That's another tip. When you're doing inductions or deepeners, use that stereotypical cheesy, so deep, so relaxed, sleep, drifting down, drawn out voice. Because it's, although it's not relevant, it's stereotypically what people think hypnosis is. And if you play with their misconceptions and use them to your advantage, you'll get a better response. Okay, next thing I'd like to talk about briefly is fractionation. It's a fancy word, basically. My deciphering of it means to rehearse them and condition them to get used to going deeper into trance so that they're even more suggestible. The way you do this, you say in a few moments' time, I'll be talking to you when I tap you on the shoulder. When I tap you on the shoulder and say wide awake, then and only then you'll open your eyes and you'll just wonder what the heck's been going on, but you'll be really happy in every way. But the very moment I say sleep, as quickly as that, sleep, a snap of the fingers, as quickly as that, a snap of the fingers, you'll instantly close your eyes, let your head fall forward onto your chest, you'll instantly re-enter this state, except each and every time you do it, it'll be 100 times deeper, more relaxing and enjoyable for you. Nod your head if you understand, they do, and they say, wakey, wakey, rise and shine, they do. The very moment they start coming round and open their eyes, before they get time to acclimatise to the room again, bring your fingers in front of the face and go, eyes closed, sleep! And if you need to, tap them on the back, sleep, encourage them, and just say, eyes remaining tightly closed at all times unless I say otherwise, if you need to. Okay? And sure enough, they go off. And you can do it again, okay? Open your eyes again, wakey, wakey, rise and shine, and just sleep. And you do this, say, 2 or 3 times. Each time, the theory is that they go back to sleep. They're getting more conditioned, more compliant, and if you believe in the hypnotic trance state, they're going deeper. So they become more suggestible, and the deeper and more suggestible they are, the theory is the more complicated or advanced routines you can use. Now, in a stage hypnosis show especially, or street hypnosis in a party, or where there's a few people standing around, I tend to then like to use a few routines where they keep their eyes closed at all times, because then they get used to laughter and applause from the people who are watching. They get used to doing things and hearing laughter and applause without having to look at people, which could be a bit, oh dear, people are staring at me. So I tend to do things like say to them, keeping your eyes tightly closed at all times, just imagining now as you stand there, if they're stood there, or as you sit there, if they're sat there, obviously use your common sense. But as you sit there in that chair, imagining now that it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're on a sunny Spanish beach, just stretch back in your sun lounger, but keep your eyes tightly closed at all times so the sun does not burn your eyes. This sounds logical to the audience watching, for the reason why their eyes are closed, but in actual fact it gives them the perfect excuse to keep their eyes closed and not be bothered about the people who are watching them do these mildly amusing things. So you say, keeping your eyes tightly closed at all times, stretch back in your sun lounger, and it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And as it gets hotter, you start to sweat and you want nothing more than some suntan lotion. So when I place the invisible suntan lotion into your hand, you'll start rubbing it into your body as quickly as you can, because the hotter it gets, the quicker you have to rub it in. And then you go up to them and lift up their hand and say, invisible suntan lotion for you. You've already warned them you were going to touch the hand. So you've got invisible suntan lotion for you. Start rubbing that into your body. And I tend to move their hand towards the body, move it around a bit and then let go, so they carry on moving the hands around. And I go, 90 degrees, getting hotter, you've got to rub that suntan lotion in quicker. So they do, 100 degrees, it's getting hotter, you've got to rub it in quicker. Oh, now the suntan lotion's attracting the flies. Zzz, zzz, flick those flies away, and they will do, and that starts getting the laughter. Oh, and there's little sand ants running up your knees. Flick away the little sand ants, and they'll start wiggling the legs. If they're stood up, obviously say, but you're standing, safe, stiff and firm, health and safety at all times. And then you can go, the sand ants have disappeared, the bees have flown away, the flies have flown away, it's cooled down now, you'd like nothing more than a lovely, juicy, delicious ice cream. The moment I place the ice cream into your hand, you'll start sucking and licking it, and you go up to them, lift their hand up, and you go, favourite flavour of ice cream for you? Put their hand in a position as if it's holding it, lift it up so it seems believable, and then say start sucking and licking your ice cream, and they'll start going, and you say it's running down your hand, and they go, and it looks funny, and then you tap them on the shoulder and say, I'm just sleep, relax, and they'll let the head go forward and stop doing the movements, because that's what you've already conditioned them to with the post-hypnotic. And at all times their eyes have been closed, and then you say, ladies and gentlemen, give them a huge round of applause. They're using their powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration so effectively. Give them a huge round of applause. This acts as a big ego boost for them, reassures them that they're doing it right and they're good and they're a good subject, and that they're using their powers of intelligence, imagination and concentration effectively. And then I'd follow that up with, and also they're getting used to applause and laughter, because you could also say during that, or before the routine, when you've done the post-hypnotic, you can say, as I often do, with your eyes closed at all times, and whenever you hear the audience clap like this, and I signal for everyone to clap so they hear the noise, I say it's just a sign and a signal to help you relax more completely and use your imagination effectively. It won't bother you, worry you, or concern you. And whenever you hear the audience laugh like this, ha 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 ha, and you encourage the audience to laugh, and they do, so they hear it with their eyes closed, you say, it won't bother you, worry you, or concern you, because you know the audience are laughing with you, not at you, and it's just a sign and a signal to relax more and use your powers of mind effectively. This overcomes issues before they ever distract them. Use it as a deepener, so that every time it happens, it's deepening them and making them more responsive and feel good about themselves. So after the hot day, I do cold day. Imagining now as you sit there in the chair or stand there, it's no longer that you're on a sunny Spanish beach, it's now 5 AM in the morning, and it's freezing cold, you're in bed, some silly idiot's left the window open, and the person next to you stolen the quilt. You're starting to shiver and shake. Warm yourself up, that's it, use your hands, warm yourself up, steal the quilt from the person next to you, and you can use your imagination, or look at my promo video online, which if you go to Google Video, so type in video .google, google.com, so go to Google Video, then search for either Jonathan Royle, that's Jonathan, Royle, R-O-Y-L-E, or the phrase Royle, R-O-Y-L-E, hypnotist, and then promo, P-R-O-M-O. Have a look at clips from my shows on television and around the world, and you'll see the kind of things I get people to do. That'll give you some routine ideas. Obviously, there's loads of routine ideas on YouTube, and also in my written hypnosis training course, which you can download free from the homepage of hypnotherapycourse.net. You don't need to buy anything, it's free, just download it for free, and there's loads of routine ideas, induction methods, deepeners, everything you ever need to know to get started. But in depth, obviously, you need to expand upon that, and that's where, you know, these videos come in, and perhaps further training videos that we might release for free in the future, hopefully. So that's fractionation. It's basically rehearsing them to be compliant, conditioning them. Routines at the beginning with their eyes closed so they get used to hearing the audience clap and laugh. And then after that, you can pretty much get them to open their eyes and react to pretty much anything, because they're already used to laughter and applause, and you're ready to go. All I would say is when you're giving suggestions, make them short, clear and concise. Paint a picture with your words. So you don't just say, imagine you're on a beach, because they might imagine a muddy beach, and that's horrible to them. You say it's a lovely warm beach with golden sand, and you're relaxing in your warm, comfortable sun lounger. Or you're in a warm, comfortable bed, but now it's got freezing cold because someone's stolen the quilt and they've left the window open. Make it easy for them to visualise and imagine the scenario that you want them to react to and play out, so that then their reactions cause the laughter and the entertainment. Okay. It goes without saying, never suggest people to remove clothing or do anything illegal or immoral, both because it's against the law and also it's a bad perception, basically. You don't want negative publicity for the hypnotism industry or yourself. You want to get more bookings, you want more people to volunteer, you want them to know that you are trustworthy looking after them, which is cool. And you must also act the part. So when it does come to giving suggestions, such as when you wake up in a few moments' time and I give you these special pair of magic glasses and you put them on and look around, you'll see everyone stark bollock naked. You put them on first and go, blimey, these are powerful, and then take them off, try these on. So you act the part as though you believe the suggestions. You play out with them too, making it easier for them to take part. I'll see you in lesson 11. Not 11, where are we? The next one will be part 7. Sorry, see you then.